coming to your city, sending bass into your earlobes, like your bleached out hairdos. We glowing in the dark, got the spark, about to flare the fuse. That's just how we do. To Geronimo, parachute, skydiving off your parents' roof. Saw the magician's assistant in half, like who the are you? Who the are you? Who the are we? We be the dudes who just come over to water the lawn. We don't say hi, we just come over to walk your dog. We nice like that, we super nice like that. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud.
Thank you, Larry. So the picks are in. We welcome you to this Draft Champions contest. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Defense showing blitz. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Here's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. A big gain there on the first play of the game. 47 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Play clock winding down. Now Roethlisberger. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Shelby coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Roethlisberger will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. And Suckup will put this one right through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
First and 10, it's Palmer. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Give him 18 on that one. And that'll be good enough for the first.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
On first down, it's Palmer. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Not the tallest receiver on the field, but he just shouted to admit that the little guy can't go downfield and make a big-time catch on a deep pass because sometimes they'll just out-scrap you for the football.
Palmer now. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. On that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. A 23-yard run. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to the edge, and he did.
And there really wasn't any doubt about that because the scouting report told you this guy could flat-out run. When you give him a little bit of space and a chance to get there, he usually does.
They'll run it with Williams. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He hits Baldwin right side. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Flush to his right. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He was looking for Jaquiz Rodgers there. That'll bring up second down.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception, and sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
Ben to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. Big Ben gonna, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Ben Roethlisberger scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And he's got room. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now they'll throw it with Palmer. Caught left side, it's Beckham. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Palmer to throw. Forced out to his left. And finding Pruitt. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Palmer to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They go back to the ground with Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Palmer into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And nothing but daylight ahead. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a carry for the big fella. This is Jameis Olawale. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Now it's Roethlisberger. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the 3rd quarter. And now back out comes the offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's Palmer. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. K1 short. In there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Palmer. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the 1st down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. Oh, looked like they got someone to jump there. And if that's the case, this will be a 1st down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. This time Palmer will throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Odell Beckham, 23 yards for the touchdown. And his guys have once again taken the lead. And, man, Charles, talking about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Williams. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, to something to get you off to a quick start.
They run with Ajayi. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go. 7 yards remain now on third down. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. On third down, Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here now the offense heading back out there. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of just for driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Gus Bradley's decision to go for it does not work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mike Daniels. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. Now it's Palmer. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Palmer. And it's caught. Touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver from 13 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5... How about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And last time went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good game. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. They set up the screen to Ajayi. It's a gain of 15 that time. And it's good enough for a Jacksonville first.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. 2nd down following the incompletion.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, I came out of my chair on that one. A lovely-looking deep ball thrown. They were just unable to connect.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now it's Roethlisberger. Throws right side, and that's complete. It's a pickup of 17 there. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly what...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read.